Raiders mourn the loss of another player. 3 reasons to be optimistic of the Las Vegas Raiders, and 4 players that we could see with expanded roles this coming season. All goes down next right here on Raider Nation News Today.
The United States are strongly encouraged to shelter in place to avoid being attacked or taken hostage. To shelter in place, take the following precautions. Close all windows and doors, and all lights.
Welcome to the house that Hammer built by the nation, for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News Today. Those coming in here for the first time, don't let it be your last. Consider breaking them thumbs, hitting them subs, and smashing the bell for all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. We go into it. Jim McMillan, a former NFL defensive back who played for the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders, has died. He was 83 years old. The Raiders announced McMillan's death in a statement. He was with the team in 1963 and played 14 games for them as a safety. He played in 1 game for the Raiders in 1964 before joining the Broncos. In a statement issued by the Raiders family mourns the passing of Jim McMillan, who played defensive back for the Silver and Black from 1963 to 1964, the organization said in a statement yesterday. McMillan played 5 total seasons in the AFL with both Oakland and Denver and finished his pro career with 14 interceptions. The thoughts and prayers of the Raider Nation are with Jim's wife, Phyllis, and the entire McMillan family at this time. McMillan was a standout at Colorado State before he joined the Broncos in 1961, played in 14 games his rookie season and had 5 interceptions. In his sophomore season, played 14 games again with 4 interceptions for the Broncos, one of which was returned for a touchdown. He had 2 interceptions returned for a touchdown in his career and 2 fumbles returned for a touchdown as well. Rest in peace, Jim McMillan. Thoughts, prayers, strength, and faith are with you and your family during this time. We move forward. 3 reasons to be optimistic of the Las Vegas Raiders. The roster is better than the 6-11 record in 2022. We have Pro Bowler at defensive end Max Crosby, another one in running back Josh Jacobs, a free agent Las Vegas wants back. With the right quarterback, this team could return to the playoffs. Here are 3 reasons the Raiders fans should absolutely be optimistic. The Devontae Adams trade worked. Trading last year's first and second round picks for the former Green Bay wideout proved worth the price. Adams led the NFL in receiving touchdowns with 14 and made first team All-Pro for the 3rd straight season. Adams, who's also caught 100 or more passes for 3 consecutive seasons, could make the Las Vegas Raiders an enticing destination for a veteran quarterback, perhaps maybe even Aaron Rodgers. Number 2, the Raiders have a lot of cap space this offseason. Per Over the Cap, the Raiders have the 3rd highest cap space in the league at $48.4 million, giving them the ability to make a splash in free agency. With the recent release of Derek Carr, it seems like another direction. Jimmy Garoppolo, in 10 starts, Jimmy G posted the league's 3rd best passer rating at 103. Also knows the Raiders system since he played for head coach Josh McDaniels while he serves as New England's offensive coordinator. Obviously, the Raiders also need defensive help, especially in the pass rush. Las Vegas ranked 30th in sacks with 27 in 2022. Defensive tackle of the Eagles, Javon Hargrave, could aid the line immensely. He had 11 sacks in 17 games, tied for the second on the Eagles, a unit that led the league with 30 sacks. Another reason to be optimistic, number 7 pick in the 2023 draft. With the 7th overall pick, Todd McShay has us going with Kentucky's quarterback Will Levis, who's well suited for this system. Quoted by Todd McShay, he has a huge arm to drive the ball downfield to Adams. The Raiders will have plenty of non-quarterback options with this pick as well. Clemson defensive end Miles Murphy and Northwestern offensive tackle Peter Skoronski. We move forward to 4 players that could have expanded roles this coming season. Guys that I definitely like, and we're going to dive right into it. With the start along the defensive line, we know it's been a revolving door for us. The funny thing about that is we did a lot of work to revamp the unit during the offseason, adding talent via free agency and 2 rookies in the 2022 draft, Neil Farrell and Matthew Butler, both of whom had subpar rookie campaigns. But for Neil Dick Frame Farrell Jr., who was taken in the 4th round, the 2023 season could be one where he sees some extended playing time if he can put a good offseason together. He has all the talent you look for in a defensive tackle, and if he can remain healthy, Patrick Graham must find a role for him, capitalizing on his ability to stop the run. One guy, Neil Dick Frame Farrell, is a guy we need to have on our radar moving forward, but at the same time, adding a veteran defensive interior lineman could definitely play a huge part in this team and definitely help bolster him up in his sophomore campaign in the silver and black. A lot of talk obviously has been surrounding the Raiders this offseason with Josh Jacobs now being a free agent. Jacobs led the league in rushing yards. He also led the league in scrimmage yards as well. I'm sorry, yards per scrimmage, same damn thing. But his breakout season led to rookie Zamir White seeing very limited playing time, something that could change this coming season. Las Vegas is likely to bring back Jacobs on at least a franchise tag, so he will return, but White, who only rushed 17 times for 70 yards in year 1, is going to have an extended role, especially in the red zone. We know what Zeus is capable of. He has a downhill style of running that the Raiders love. Jacobs obviously exceeded expectations, and it's either franchise tag or extend him. If they extend him, even if it's a franchise tag, they obviously are going to want to keep him safe and be very cautious about how much they utilize Josh Jacobs. So we can definitely see Zeus White being utilized a lot more this coming season. We move forward to our third extended roles this coming season. Luke Masterson, look, undrafted free agent out of Wake Forest. We've heard about Ziegler and the Raiders trying to figure a way to re-sign or extend Denzel Perryman. We have other things to take into consideration. Our safeties, our cornerbacks, our secondary needs to be fixed. But our linebacking core is another thing that definitely needs to be overhauled more or less. Jayon Brown is going to be a free agent. Mika Kaiser is going to be a free agent. We have not heard much about Devon Diablo and his injury, and is he going to continue to play at linebacker? Luke Masterson really stepped up for us up and down the stretch and came out of nowhere. Like I said, undrafted free agent out of Wake Forest. He started 7 games in 2022, and based on what he showed on tape, he could definitely be a huge rotational piece, potentially even being a star player on special teams for the Raiders moving forward. Move forward and talk about our offensive line, an offensive line that ranked in the top 10 in both run blocking and pass blocking this past season. Guys like Alex Bars, we obviously don't see coming back. Maybe Illuminor as a swing tackle, swing guard moving forward. But obviously our offensive line is another thing that obviously needs to be fixed. Thayer Mumford, insert Thayer Mumford. We saw what he did a lot of times throughout the preseason. It was said that he was on the heels of Jermaine Illuminor for that starting spot. He was a 7th round pick, a guy that, look, he was on the heels for that starting spot. Eventually, year 1, he didn't do too bad. He was plug and played a lot. He played a rotational role with Jermaine Illuminor at the right tackle spot, and while he took his lumps, which most rookie offensive linemen do, he has the size and ability to possibly be a real mainstay on this line for years to come. Mumford played in over 350 offensive snaps as a rookie and allowed only 1 sack, which is great production coming from someone picked as late as he was. Again, Mumford was a 7th round pick. But a guy that showed flashes of a guy that could potentially be a starting right tackle moving forward for this team. So we shall see as we approach the start of the new league year, which is a little under a month away, and the draft is about 2 months and a week away. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think, especially with everything we just broke down. And again, first timers in here, do not let it be a last. Break them thumbs, hit them subs, and smash the bell. In the house that Hammer built, for the nation, by the nation, Raider Nation News today. Hope to hear from you guys in the comments. We will be live probably tomorrow with Talk That Shit Tuesday. Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID is still around. Remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Peace, love, and positivity. We out.